next questions of the chapter 3, Arithmetic, Progression of 10 Standard Mathematics part 1. Now, the next question, question number 11 is, here is problem set 3rd, question 11, if the first term of an AP is A, the second term is B and the last term is C, then show that sum of the terms of the AP is A plus C in bracket, another bracket is B plus C minus twice A upon twice in bracket B minus A. Student, very important question. So simple one again. Now look carefully its solution. Given is that the first term is A, means that T1 is equals to A. The second term means that T2 is equals to B. Then the last term means that Tn is equals to how much? C. Now student, therefore the difference between any two terms means that T2 minus T1 is equals to B minus A is the value of T. Now all of you know that the formula for the nth term is that A plus n minus 1 into D. Student, we have to find out the value of n. So substitute all these values here. We get that here Tn is C is equals to A as it is A first term plus n you have to find here minus 1 into D is B minus A. Student, transpose this A to this side, we get that C minus A is equals to, here is n minus 1 into B minus A. When we transpose this B minus 2 convert as denominator, therefore C minus A upon B minus A is equals to n minus 1. Then this minus 1 transpose here convert as plus, so I have to write here C minus A upon B minus 1 minus A plus 1 is equals to how much? N. Then I have to take its LCM such that B minus A, therefore write here that N is equals to LCM is B minus A. Now then you have to multiply this B minus A to this 1, then C minus A plus B minus A into 1 is plus B minus A. Therefore the value of n is equals to, look carefully, n is equals to, I have to write first B here, then plus C, then minus A becomes minus twice A upon B minus A. This is our value of n. Suppose I have to take here equation first. Then student, then show that this sum of these terms means that I have to show, for this show these values we use the formula for Sn. Now Sn is equals to n upon 2 in bracket twice A plus n minus 1 into T. This is formula. Now student, then I have to write Sn as it is here is equals to n is this value, right here B plus C minus twice A upon this B minus A in bracket divide by these 2. Then student, I have to write this remaining such way that twice A as it is plus, because A is A here first term. Again I have to substitute the value of n. Here n is this value B plus C minus twice A upon B minus A minus 1, student look carefully, minus 1 into, student I have to take this portion here, here is formula, then substitute here into D, D is, we have to find out here B minus A, B minus A. Now then this bracket is completed. Then student, Sn is equals to, now these two, here is denominator, here is also denominator, so I have to write B plus C minus twice A upon these 2 in bracket B minus A. Now this calculation is also simple one, only look carefully, twice A plus, I have to first LCM of this bracket we write here. First LCM is b minus a. Then this as it is b plus c minus twice a. Then you have to multiply this minus 1 to this b minus a, so that minus 1 in bracket b minus a. I have to take this one and d is added as it is b minus a. Look carefully, the steps are b plus c minus twice a upon these 2 in bracket b minus a in bracket. This is twice a as it is plus, student look carefully again, b plus c minus twice a, this minus 1 multiplied it becomes plus a upon b minus a into b minus a. Student look carefully, this b minus a is denominator here is it is numerator, so get cancel. Then next step is I have to write here b plus c minus twice a upon 2 in bracket b minus a into, in this bracket is twice a, this plus there is no change in sign, so that plus b. Then this one is plus c, then minus twice a minus b plus a. Look carefully, this plus b and minus b will cancel here. Student, this is also twice a and minus twice a get cancel. Means that our remaining is equals to b plus c minus twice a upon twice in bracket b minus a into remaining is here c plus a. C plus a I have to write is a plus c. A plus c. Now student, then I have to write this bracket as the first one is, therefore Sn is equals to a plus c in bracket b plus c minus twice a upon these 2 in bracket b minus a. Look carefully, this is same a plus c in bracket b plus c minus twice a upon twice in bracket b minus a. So here we write here, hence it is proved. Can you understand this? Okay, we take the next question. Let's take the question number 12. If the sum of the first p terms of an AP is equal to the sum of the first q terms, then show that the sum of its p plus q terms is 0. Student, very important question. Simple one. Now look carefully, solution. Let here a be the first term and d be the common difference of an AP. Now here is given that sum of the p terms is equals to sum of the q terms, which is given. We know that the formula for sum of the terms is equals to n upon 2 in bracket twice a plus n minus 1 into t. Student, we use this formula to find out these sums here. So we have to put here n as p and n for this as q. Then this equation becomes. Now therefore I will write here p is p upon 2 in bracket twice a plus n is p minus 1 into d is equals to, here is q upon 2 in bracket twice a plus n is q minus 1 into t. Can you understand how to substitute here? Then student, I want to remove these 2, so multiplying both sides by 2, we get directly I will write here, therefore here is p in bracket twice a plus p minus 1 into d is equals to q in bracket twice a plus minus 1 into d. Now student, then I have to multiply this p to this whole bracket and q to this whole bracket. We get that therefore twice ap plus p in bracket p minus 1 into d is equals to, here is twice aq plus in bracket q minus 1 into d. Now student, when we multiply this p and q to this bracket, then we write here twice ap plus, here is p square minus 1 into d is equals to twice aq plus q square minus q into d. Sorry, here p square minus, here is also p. Now then transpose to this another side, we get that this value becomes twice ap minus, I have to take here twice aq plus p square minus p in bracket d minus q square minus q in bracket d is equals to 0. Look carefully, I have to transpose this value, so plus convert as minus, this plus also convert as minus. Then from this, if you take common here twice a, then here is twice a in bracket p minus q, then plus, I have to write here in this bracket such a way that p square minus p minus q square minus q into d is equals to 0. D take common here. Then this minus sign changes the signs of this bracket, so write here twice a in bracket p minus q plus, here is p square minus p, this one is the minus q square minus plus q into d is equals to 0. Student, look carefully, here is calculations are there, but they are also simple one. You have to make practice for it also. Now student, I have to write this one is p square minus q square, so twice a in bracket p minus q plus in, here is p square minus q square minus p minus q in this bracket into d is equals to 0. Can you understand this how to write here? I have to take this one as the p square minus q square, then minus sign take here, then p minus q, because this minus when we multiply it becomes minus p and plus q. Then I have to use also, here is one identity. This identity is, all of you know that this identity a square minus b square means that a plus b, a minus b minus p minus q into d is equals to 0. Student, take here p plus q, p minus q minus p minus q, so that p minus q take here common, we get that therefore twice a in bracket p minus q plus, here is p minus q and this d is common, then in bracket remaining is p plus q minus 1 in bracket d into p minus q is equals to 0. Can you understand this p minus q we take common here? Here is remaining is 1 and this p plus q as it is. Now student, then again by all these equation, with total equation p minus q take common, then in bracket remaining is that p minus q in bracket, here is remaining here is twice a, here is plus in bracket p plus q minus 1 into d is equals to how much? 0. Now student, then we write this one is this p minus q and this total bracket is equals to 0. Student, product of two term is equal to 0, then at least one of them must be 0. But here is given that p is not equal to 0. Mean that the remaining term is 0. Mean that remaining term is that therefore twice a plus in bracket p plus q minus 1. So now I have write here p plus q minus 1 into d is equals to how much? 0. Now let it is equation number first. Look carefully how to come this equation. Can you understand? When we taking common here, we get twice a plus in bracket p plus q minus 1. Then student, these two terms is equal to 0. But given is that p is not equals to q. So we use this condition also. P and q is not equal. Then they cannot be equal to 0. Mean that p minus q is also, because when we transpose convert as minus, is also not equal to 0. Mean that this term is only 0. I have to write here. Okay. Now, then we have to find out here. We have to show that here sum of these first p plus q term is 0. So that here is you have to substitute the value of n is p plus q. N is equals to p plus q. Into this equation, yes, n is equals to n upon 2 in bracket twice a plus n minus 1 into d. Student, look carefully. Therefore, yes, n is p plus q. Sum of the p plus q terms is equals to, here is n is p plus q upon 2 in bracket twice a plus n is in bracket p plus q and this minus 1 into d. Student, look carefully. This value twice a plus p plus q minus 1 into d, twice a plus p plus q minus 1 into d is equals to how much? 0. So that from equation first I have write it, therefore sum of p plus q terms is equals to p plus q upon 2 into 0. Here reason is that from equation first, when we multiply it by 0, then it becomes p plus q is equals to how much? 0. And student, hence it is proved, because we have to show that sum of the first p plus q terms is 0. Can you understand this? Very, very important example. You can take practice for such type of the examples. Okay, we take next question. Let's take the question number 13, which is same as the question number 12. If m times the mth term of an AP is equal to n times of the nth term, then show that the m plus nth term of the AP is 0. Student, its solution is, now here we take as a is the first term and d is the common difference. Let a be the first term and d be the common difference. Common difference of an AP. Now student, we know that the formula for the nth term is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. This is formula. We have to use this formula. Now from given condition, this condition tells us that m times the mth term, means that m times multiplied by tm is equals to the n times the nth term. By using this formula, we have to write this one is, therefore m into tm is a plus m minus 1 into d. Here we take d bracket here is equals to n in bracket tm is this value a plus n minus 1 into d. We multiply this m to this whole bracket and n to this whole bracket, we get that am plus m into this one is m in bracket m minus 1 into d is equals to an plus n in bracket n minus 1 into d. Again we multiply this m to this bracket and n to this bracket, we get that am plus in bracket m square minus m into d is equals to an plus n into n is n square minus m minus an, I have take this as here, and this value plus m square minus m into d minus this one is n square minus n into d, and remaining is 0 here. Now student, then take common here d and here is a, we get that a in bracket m minus n plus in big bracket we take here m square minus m, this minus sign as it is n square minus n, and this d take common is equals to 0. Then this minus sign changes all these signs of this bracket, so that a in bracket m minus n plus here is m square minus m minus n square plus n is into d is equals to 0. Then a in bracket m minus n plus here we take m square minus n square, this minus m plus n into d is equals to 0. Then student, again I have to write here a in bracket m minus n plus here is, we use identity a square minus b square is a plus b into a minus b, means that m plus n m minus n minus, here we take minus sign common, then in bracket m minus n into d is equals to how much? 0. Again look carefully, here also I have take common m minus n, m minus 1. Then we write here a in bracket m minus n plus in bracket here is m plus n, here is minus 1 into d as it is, and then this m minus n. Look carefully how to common take here. Next student, observe carefully, here is also m minus n and m minus n. Again we take common m minus n. Then in bracket I have to write here is a remaining plus in this bracket is m minus n, m plus n, sorry, minus 1 into d. Bracket is complete is equals to 0. Can you understand this? When we multiply this, we get that this value. Look at a into m minus n plus m plus n minus 1 into d into m minus n. Then here student, m is multiply m times and n is multiply n times, so that m and n is not equals, therefore m minus n is also not equals to 0. Therefore this value is not equal to 0, means that this value becomes 0. So I have write here, therefore a plus m plus n minus 1 into d is equals to 0. Suppose that this is equation number first. Now student, then we have to show that m plus nth term of the AP is 0. So you have to put n is equals to how much? M plus n. Then the formula is that Tn is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. Therefore Tn, n is this value, means that m plus nth term is equals to a plus, here is n is m plus n minus 1 into d. Look carefully from the equation first, a plus m plus n minus 1 into d is equals to 0, means that this value is equals to 0. So that by using equation first, I have to write here is equals to 0. Reason is that from equation first. And student, we have to show here m plus nth term of an AP is 0. Therefore, hence it is proved. Can you understand this? Okay, we take the next question. Now student, we take the last example of this problem set 3rd of the chapter arithmetic progression, the question number 14, which is important question because this question is activity based question. Now look carefully, 1000 rupees is invested at 10% simple interest. Now here is 1000 is the principal, rate of interest is 10. Then check at the end of every year if the total interest amount is in AP, means that this is an AP. Then find the interest amount after how much years? 20 years. For this, complete the following activity. So simple one, look carefully this activity. Here is simple interest. We know that the formula for simple interest P into R into N upon 100. Now we use this formula for calculating the simple interest after 1 year. Is principal is 1000 here into rate is 10 here. First year, so 1 upon 100. This 0 to 0 get cancel here. Then remaining is here 100. Mean that simple interest in first year is 100. Now simple interest after 2 years. So here you have to take n as 2. Mean that principal into rate into n is 2 here upon 100. Then again student 1 0 get cancel, 2 0 get cancel. 100 into 2 becomes how much? 200. Then simple interest after 3 years. So here is principal is 1000. Rate of interest is 10 and here is 3 upon 100. 1 0, this second 0 get cancelled. 100 into 3 becomes here 300. Now according to this, the simple interest for 4, 5, 6 or next years will be calculated as for 4, look here, for first year 100, for second year 200, third year 300. So for 4 year 400, for 5 is 500, for 6 is 600 respectively. Now the given sequence is an AB in that 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600 dash are in AP. So that from this the difference between these two is 200 minus 100 becomes how much? 100. Then first term is the 100 here. Now amount of the simple interest after 20 years means that n is 20 here. So formula is n is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, which is given here. T20 you have to find out here. A is 100, substitute here, plus n is 20 minus 1 into this again 100. Student, now take its calculation first. This 100 plus this is 19 into 100 means that 1900 plus this 100 becomes how much? 2000. So that amount